All right, guys, I swear it's not deja vu, okay? Yes, we're making another Stribog video. I know what you're thinking, but you're gonna wanna see this, I promise. If you're a Stribog guy, you're gonna like the rabbit hole that we're about to dive down, all right? We're gonna get into it. This is the Lingle Scorpion Lower for the Stribog series of PCCs. Really cool setup, all billet aluminum construction. Our friends over at Guns on Deals kind of turned us on to these. I wasn't aware they even existed. I didn't even know the company existed. And they reached out and said, hey, you guys should check these out because you know they know that we love the Stribogs and all. These Lingle billet lowers are compatible with the SP9A1 and A3. We're gonna test it on both platforms. So let's have a little fun. We're gonna start out with a Magpul Scorpion magazine, 35 rounds in it. Have a little bit of fun, all right? And we'll talk a little bit more about this bad boy as we go. Deja vu. All right, last round bolt hold open. Magazine got out of there just fine. All right, we'll talk about this a little bit more. And yeah, we had a casualty over there. A little bit of jacket spalling took out one of our innocent soda bystanders. Actually took out 2 of our soda bystanders. That's okay, they shouldn't have been standing there, okay? Collateral damage, if you will. Okay, so the Lingle lower solves quite a few problems with the Stribog. And I don't wanna stand too far in this puddle, if you will, but some folks have expressed some concern with the magazine design of the Stribog, and that's not to say that there's not, you know, potentially some better things on the market, right? So the Lingle allows you to use your Scorpion magazines, which is nice. So that gives you some flexibility in a ton of different manufacturers, and we are going to be testing some different Scorpion mags as well as factory Scorpion mags. The Magpuls always work really nice. Okay. I love the magazine release. It's ambidextrous. It's really easy to get to. If you're into that kind of, you know, reload where, you know, you want to grab the mag out really easy with your non-firing hand, you can do that just by grabbing, which is really nice, or you can push your finger down. So it gives you a lot of flexibility for getting the magazines out of the gun. Also, one thing that Lingle did that I like a lot is the bolt stop is much larger and, dare I say, vastly improved. You get a very good purchase on that. So you can work that from either side. It is ambidextrous. So that replaces your factory Stribog bolt stop. Also, you get your standard AR-15 trigger compatibility. In our early Stribog videos, that was one thing that we kind of not really complained about, but it was just constructive criticism that it'd be nice to be able to put whatever trigger you want in your Stribog. Well, now you can. I've got a BCM gunfighter grip on here. So you have AR grip compatibility as well as the AR-15 safety compatibility. So that gets your manual of arms to a very familiar territory. For your triggers, the hammer does have to be a relatively thinner spec hammer. You can't use a standard AR-15 fire control group. It has to be a hammer that I want to say is like 0.225 inches or thinner, I believe was the measurement on that. So the trigger that we have in this is a Timney single stage trigger, and it's got a very thin hammer in it. And this is just fantastic. It installed super easy. So downside is you do have to provide a grip, trigger, and a safety. The Lingle does not ship with any of those components. You must add those things on your own. But it is a very reasonably priced lower. It is billet aluminum construction, so a very high quality unit. It does add a little bit of heft, but not too much. I did opt for a K&S pin set on this. I do like the anti-rotational pin sets. I like them. And I know Geisley says that you're not supposed to use them with their triggers, but I use them with my triggers. And knock on wood, I've never had an issue, but Geisley doesn't recommend you use the K&S pins with their triggers. Take that for what you will. This is a Timney, but I just thought I'd mention that. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty standard fare there. We are going to test it in the A3, but I'm going to put one more mag through this A1. And a lot of folks have expressed some issues with like maybe some teething issues in the A3. You know, it went through a little bit of a trial, just like a lot of things did. But you know, a lot of folks have talked about the A1s being like maybe the lesser superior of the two designs, but I don't know, man, I beg to differ. Like, we have had 100% reliability out of the A1 with the standard issue Grand Power magazines of various types of ammunition, suppressed, unsuppressed. You know, my personal experience with the A1 has been pretty stellar. Really haven't had any major issues. Now, the A1 that I got is a little bit later model. You know, I wasn't like Guns and Gear or Tim or any of those other guys that ended up getting, you know, maybe some of the Stribogs really early on and kind of helped, you know, find out some of those early teething issues, which, you know, Tim can break everything. But anyway, he is a Marine. So I don't know if some crowns are involved. I don't know what happens there, but if it can be broken, he's going to figure it out. All right, how about another Magpul magazine? These holds 35 rounds. And this Timney trigger is fantastic in this lower. I love it. Huge, huge improvement. Okay. Oh, that's strange. Look at that. Okay. Well, there is a bracket in there, I think. Yeah, I had a round get caught up in there. Huh, that's strange. The trigger didn't reset. Or maybe I was trying to shoot it so fast that a hammer followed. Let me try to slow down a little bit. Maybe I shot it too fast. Last round bolt hold open. Not too bad. One little stoppage there. The round kind of got turned around in the action. I had to clear that. That last round bolt hold open works really nice with the Magpul mags. I'm going to go ahead and, since we've got, let's see, I'll shoot, tell you what, one more mag. We'll shoot the standard CZ Scorpion magazine. All right, that's a 30 round mag. That fits real nice, locks up in there nice and tight. Let's test our bolt hold open. Beautiful. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, the rounds, or the magazines don't really drop free. You kind of have to pull them out. And to be fair, that one's pretty skanky, so that could be a contributing factor. All right, now we're gonna swap up to the A3. I actually have not even tested this lower on the A3 yet at all. I initially only tested it on the A1. So you're learning along with me as to how well this is gonna work on the A3. All right, same lower, but on the A3 upper. Let's have some fun. Good stuff. Okay. The trigger feels like it failed to reset. Let's try again. Trigger did not reset. Loaded round in there. Very strange, okay. Trigger did not reset. Or maybe it's not blowing back far enough to reset the hammer. I know the spring, the hammer spring on the Timney is not heavy at all, so let's try it again. Not cycling. Well, it's not that it's not feeding. That's strange. I don't know what could be causing that. I don't see any reason why it would have an issue. Unless it's just not getting back far enough. And maybe it needs a little bit more back pressure. I mean, this is standard pressure 124 grain ammo. Let's try another mag. This is the Manticore magazine. Okay. try that mag again. Maybe I'm trying to shoot it too fast, but I don't know. I mean, I'm shooting pretty fast right there. Let's try again. Yeah, followed again. That's strange. Well, the mags are working great. She's feeding good. So just something to kind of keep in mind, in the back of your minds, would be that you might end up having a little bit of pickiness depending on what trigger you want to use. We have another single stage 3-gun trigger that we could probably swap out and try. These are the rounds that we jettisoned out, and none of the rounds have an indentation on the primer, so the hammer is not following. For some reason, it's just failing to push the bolt back far enough to relock the hammer for some reason. Very strange. No issues out of the A1 though. Well, we did have one, didn't we? Anyway. All right, it's a Palmetto State Armory 50 round mag. So that's a 35 with a plus 15 extension. Okay, here we go. Very strange. Very nice. All in all, I do like the lower a lot. You know, I think that that could be just possibly maybe this trigger not meshing well, or maybe it needs to be lubricated. There's so many little tiny issues that go into various things, especially when you're taking a platform that was made as a platform in a certain way and then changing something about it and adding different variables into the mix. All in all, I think maybe with a little bit of experimentation, maybe clean it and lubricate it, break it in a little bit better. It could be something related to that. I noticed that we had more hammer follows or more of the hammer, you know, failing to reset type of issue, more so with the A3 than the A1 as we saw. But the problem did progressively get worse as we used it a little more. So I'm wondering if maybe the hammer, I'll get it out and check it later and see if there's any crud or any type of carbon that might have found its way into the trigger mechanism. You know, maybe we need to lubricate it a little bit, but I will keep you updated. So any updates on this setup here, follow us on Instagram. I'll be sure to follow up a little bit later, and I might post a short video on Instagram for those of you that are curious. So make sure you're following us on Instagram. I probably won't do another dedicated YouTube video on this particular gun with this setup, but we will get to the bottom of the issue and try some different triggers, and we'll report our results over on probably Instagram, and make sure you're following us on Facebook as well. So I'll probably post some of that stuff over there. Guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's video. That's been the Lingle Scorpion Lower for the Stribog series. I think it's cool, I dig it. I think it's definitely got a lot of potential. And I still am, you know, relatively a believer, you know, that the Stribog is a great gun. I mean, they are absolutely accurate. I mean, stellarly accurate. I love the accuracy of them. It's just a matter of finding a magazine setup that's going to work really, really well for, you know, a little bit better longevity. We'll see how that shakes out. We'll be sure to let you know what we wind up finding out. But I think this is a great product. I think it's totally, you know, worth checking out. If you just have to have a Stribog, if you love the Stribog, or maybe you picked one up for a really great price some time back. Maybe you got an A1 back when they were like 500 bucks and you want to, you know, kind of get that thing a little bit more towards a modern era and be able to use the cheaper Scorpion magazines that some would honestly say are a little more rugged and reliable. That's, you know, up to you, but I think it's definitely a great upgrade for someone that is interested in, you know, getting their Stribog up to snuff there. So have a great day. Big thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Those of you who purchase man cans over on the website, that's a great monthly subscription box with tons of great gear in it that we choose just for you guys. Go over to Ballistic Ink, pick yourself up a Snavsy t-shirt. If you love this channel and you wish to support us directly, those are the most direct ways that you can do so. Have a good day, and again, follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get some updates on this, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.